the time of the apparitions. This makes observer, somebody who analyzes these texts, he makes him ask him, wait a minute, here is something strange. So we must ask the question, what is strange here? So we come to the results. First of all, as I told you already, this is the great theme of Fatima. Then the great secrets. 13th of July, remember, Our Lady on the 13th of May, she appears the first time. On the 13th of May, she gives to the children the answer that she's from heaven. And the great questions of the 13th of May is, do I go to heaven? Yes. And Francis and Jacinta. Is Maria das Nieves my friend in heaven? Yes. Amelia, in purgatory to the end of the world. This is a great theme. And then Our Lady asks, will you pray, suffer, offer your sufferings and all that for the conversion of sinners? So it's also related to going to heaven. This is the whole 13th of May. 13th of June, Our Lady continues her catechism. She reveals for the first time and shows for the first time in my knowledge her Immaculate Heart. So this 13th of June apparition means that Our Lady does something extraordinary, which puts Fatima on the same line as the apparition of the Sacred Heart of Jesus in Bar-el-Monial some 100 years before, when he showed his Sacred Heart. And Our Lady presents her Sacred Heart, her Immaculate Heart, as a refuge in the worst of times and the way which leads to heaven. And now comes the 13th of July. 13th of July, Our Lady now speaks, and she reveals this great secret. This great secret talks, in fact, about how the Immaculate Heart of Mary is working in the history. This is very clear. You see, Our Lady shows, it's always the same patterns. She shows the disaster, the tragedy of our life, our world. The tragedy of all tragedies is that the people go to hell. We are in the times where the people are trapped by the devil, by false religions, by errors and sin, and so they are all on a large way, as says our Lord Jesus Christ, which leads to hell. So in this moment, when all these people fall into hell like rain, Our Lady says, in order to prevent the people in these latter times of this disaster to which the dragon, Satan, wants to bring, I will come and establish the devotion to my Immaculate Heart. It's my Immaculate Heart which will be able to rescue the people, to get them out of this danger of the fires of hell. In order to save them, to get them out of this large way to hell, I come to establish the devotion to my Immaculate Heart. So you see, the Immaculate Heart of Mary is the solution in order to help the people to go out of the wrong way, to find the true way to God. This is, in my eyes, let me say, you see, that everybody is concerned, because everybody has to ask himself, will I go to heaven or will I go to hell? And Our Lady gives here the absolutely general means of salvation, the rescue. Our last chance is, you have to go to the Immaculate Heart of Mary and embrace her devotion, which she will explain, by the way, later what it is. But it's the Immaculate Heart. That's the message of the 13th of July. Immaculate Heart confronted to the powers of evil. That's the great secret of the 13th of July. This she doesn't speak now. 13th of June she explains her Immaculate Heart, and she shows it's the way to heaven. 13th of July she explains the danger in which we are in the world in order to be lost, and now she is in confrontation with the powers of evil, with the dragon and his apocalyptic beasts, and she is the woman clothed in sun. He shows her love, and her love is her Immaculate Heart. Now the second part of the secret continues. So this established, if the devotion of the Immaculate Heart will be spread, many people will be saved. And this will be a great chance for so many. But if not, Our Lady starts now the second part of the secret. If not, she comes into a very concrete situation. Before, it's a mere spiritual question. It is my way to heaven, or I go to hell, so I must go to the Immaculate Heart. But there, she goes further now. Look, if this devotion to the Immaculate Heart will not be promoted and re-established, then suddenly something in the world happens. And in the world happens what? It happens that Russia will spread its errors all over the world. And then, one catastrophe of the other, the good will be martyrized. There will be wars. There will be nations will be annihilated. So this is a drastic, a terrible announcement. And this is in, let me say, in the way how this will happen, this victory of the forces of evil in the world. It is nothing but the triumph of anti-Christian forces, which are linked, first of all, to a war. And Our Lady says when the war will begin, under what the Pope the war will begin, and even makes announcement when you see a special sign. If this happens, it's near. The time comes. So she insists on this terrible war. So it's very easy. When you look what the Second World War was, it was just the initiation of the whole triumph of the anti-Christian powers of communism on one side, and that is what Our Lady presents in Fatima, and that has exactly had been realized to the letter. That is because the world has not received, a message. But again, now we have these errors of Russia. In order to prevent this now, that this expansion of the powers of evil, of this atheism, or this materialistic atheism, which we can name Leninism, Marxism, communism, whatever you want, he says, in order to stop that, I will come to ask for the consecration of Russia to my Immaculate Heart. That is the next thing. So you see, danger of hell, solution of the danger, help for us, Immaculate Heart. Then, expansion of the errors of Russia, of atheism, solution, again Immaculate Heart. So, and now comes the third. Now the third secret starts with a very interesting word of Our Lady, which has nothing to do with that what she said before. The first sentence is, in Fatima will always be conserved the dogma of faith. Now Our Lady will not speak about the dogma of faith neither in the first, neither in the second part of the secret. So why she does that sentence? Why she says that? And the best of all is that she has then, and Sister Lucy writes it in her memory, here in this moment comes the third secret of Fatima, and about which it is not allowed to me to tell. And then she writes, yes, Sister Lucy asks whether she can tell it to Francisco, because Francisco sees everything but he doesn't hear it. And then she says about the third secret, yes, to Francisco you can tell what she says. So the third secret, you must say something. What we have received from 2000, the document of 2000, Our Lady doesn't say anything. So here is very clear that at least the most important thing of the third secret, as you ask me, is not yet revealed. Because Our Lady must say something, because she says herself, you can say it to Francisco. Look, if the whole thing is only a vision, Francisco saw the vision. She understood, he saw that. He has no explication of the vision. He said, Our Lady in this vision doesn't say anything. You see? And so some words must come. But now look, we are not yet finished.